The globalization of financial markets, information technology development, and increasing competition have already affected lending business and its risk management. Together with these forces, regulatory factors play a significant role. Risk management is important for a lender to ensure its profitability and soundness. It is also a concern of regulators to maintain the safety and soundness of the financial system. Risk management is the process established to ensure that all risks associated with the borrower's activities are identified, measured, limited, controlled. One of the risks is regulatory risk. Regulatory risk is a risk that the current laws will be changed and will impact a security, business, or market. The changes in law might increase operation cost for business, change competitive market, or limit growth of the business, making it less attractive. In extreme cases, those regulations might break the company's business model. Past examples of regulatory risk areas include Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act 1996. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act modernized the flow of healthcare information, stipulates how personally identifiable information maintained by the healthcare and healthcare insurance industries should be protected from fraud and theft, and addressed some limitations on healthcare insurance coverage. This act not only affects medical businesses, but also most every company regardless of its size. Very high-risk companies in this case are companies that handle sensitive medical, financial, or legal data. Mistakes at this level, either inadvertent or by sabotage, expose those companies to adverse legal action. High-risk companies in this case are service providers, retailers, manufacturers, and similar businesses face risks from data loss. Moderate risk companies in this case are local businesses such as coffee shops or boutiques may not handle proprietary data or face federal regulatory risk, but that does not mean that data protection isn't necessary. A major data breach or long-term service outage could cripple operations or shut such businesses down for good. Compliance risk is also one of the risks. It is the risk that a company will have been determined to be in violation of already established laws or regulations. Different types of risks that affect different parts of the company can be examined. These include strategic, financial, legal, and personnel compliance risks to which the company is exposed. The probability of a risk occurring, the reason for it, and the potential severity of the possible effects must be taken into account. Ensuring that a business is capable of maintaining compliance and does so can be a source of significant expense. Antitrust lawsuits shaking big tech industry, including Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. While one-click ordering has become the norm for many at-home shoppers, Amazon's commerce practices have caught the eye of the regulators. At the end of May, D.C. Attorney General Carol Racine sued Amazon for violating antitrust laws. The lawsuit claims Amazon has raised prices for consumers through illegal price agreements with third-party sellers. It also alleges that Amazon has illegally obtained monopoly power by locking sellers in with contracts and preventing them from offering their products for lower prices on other marketplaces. A practice some argue results in higher prices for consumers. Household staple Apple may be ubiquitous these days. but the way it runs its App Store is catching scrutiny from both regulators and competitors. Epic Games, the developer responsible for popular games Fortnite, recently sued Apple on antitrust grounds. The lawsuit claimed Apple unfairly forces developers to use its in-app purchasing system, with Apple gaining a 30% commission on all sales. Without offering a third-party app store on Apple devices, Epic claims Apple has created a monopoly and doesn't give their consumers the choice of buying apps or in-app purchases cheaper elsewhere. Facebook's antitrust case is more complex than others antitrust big tech. Rather than just focusing on current monopolistic practices, the FCC wants to unspool some of Facebook's recent acquisitions, like Instagram and WhatsApp. That it says Facebook purchasing to eliminate them as competitors. Facebook denies any wrongdoing. Experts are already claiming that the case will be hard to prove. Regulators reviewed and approved the acquisitions, and making a case for now wanting them to break up will be low. Rules and regulations change constantly. New threats arise nearly every day. Keeping track of these changes and emerging threats diverts energy and resources away from the core function of the business.